Haha, we are live, and I am the ocean. Proud to be alive still, in whatever dimension you're viewing this, or whatever density. Remember, 5D isn't really a dimension, they're saying it's really more of a density, or maybe I would say more exactly, more of a frequency. 5D is more of a frequency. Michelle made it in. You are the first in. Hello, sweetheart. How are you doing? So, 5 density. We've talked about this. It's a frequency, it's a vibration. It's not a place, although it is a place, kind of. It's only a place in that anything is a place in the matrix. Um, okay, I'll give my little warning. Most of us are experiencers here. So you got to get used to that. Um, if you've had an experience, we will accept it until, uh, you know, we find something phony about it. But we don't harass people for having had experiences and realize that you may experience things differently from other people. So, hey, Circle K, how you doing? I'm groovy. Um, you may experience things different than another person, and we completely go along with that. That can happen. So everybody just try to be nice to each other and realize that we don't all experience things the same. It just doesn't happen that way. And so be nice to each other. Remember, experiencers often go through a lot of grief when they start espousing their views, and they don't need any more. So, um, and well, I got to warn you, if you ask me a question, I may answer it, you know, and my views may not be yours, and that's okay too. I don't care. Um, you don't have to agree with me. You're still on the right side of the grass. Me too, as far as I know. Could have been sucked into inner earth without knowing it. I don't think so, though. Wouldn't that be weird? Wake up on the other side. And it's not like you're dead. It's like, how in the heck did I get here in Earth? Supposedly, it's filled with giants. Anyway, still on the right side of the grass. And still smoking it too, I guess, huh? Anyway, okay. For those of you who are new to the channel, also remember it lists right in the description of our channel. There is humor here. We do a lot of humor. Okay. So if you're easily offended, this is probably a bad place for you, especially if you're a new age, easily offended person. It's probably a bad. But if you can handle it, we really are a lot of fun here. I love my crew, and my chatters are some of the best. I'm proud of them. And we have fun. We love to discuss things, and tonight is no exception. Going into the new year. I have my tab. Now I can actually show what's going on in my other tabs without losing the whole stream, which is going to be nice. Yeah. Okay. And I don't have very many tabs set up right now. I just mostly was going to discuss, there's a few things we're going to be discussing. Oh, hey, Crystal, how you doing? Oh, your body hates rainy. Yeah. Oh, our weather is finally clearing up and getting warmer from when it was really cold. So we're finally beginning to warm up a bit. It's a sleepy day though because cold weather makes me want to hibernate. But okay, so we're going to be talking about signs that we're there yet, um, and that is 5D, which is once again not a place; it's a frequency. But remember, if you're in a matrix, that's all there is anyway, is frequency. So you know, it's all code anyway. So there you go. Okay, so oh, there we go. Yeah. Remember, this is just tips, tricks, and hacks for that. Playing that massively multiplayer total immersion VR learning game called Life on Earth. It has nothing to do with real life, which takes place outside the Matrix. But it looks like we're going to be in the Matrix for a little while longer. So while we're doing that, let's have some fun with it and have some discussion. Okay, and we're also going to be talking about these dreams that people have been having. What do they mean? Also, I found somebody who was writing about signs of exceptional intelligence. Interestingly enough, I would assign most of these to, yeah, you come from the library planet, most likely. Same kind of people. Which makes sense because library is actually a future. Now you realize all time is one, but a future time period. So the place I remember is the place I am in the future, which is the library planet, which is actually, in a sense, this place. But by then, it's in a different place in the galaxy. It's in a different place in the universe. There is a little bit different. Well, there's quite a bit different. You'll see someday. But anyway, a lot of you have memories of this place because it is this place. It's still this place. It's home for most of us, I think. If I sound like I'm talking in circles or not making sense, well, I'm bringing it in for discussion so we can hopefully make sense of this all together. But basically, what I'm saying is we have all had our various weird dreams and some memories of a place that seems to be some kind of school or academy, and a library, a vast library, which seems to be, and I think could be we could be having, this could be what Thoth talks about as being a mente. Now, I don't mean just minty, like Minty Hall's cough drops, but I mean a mente. So I'm kind of getting the message that this is what Thoth was talking about when they were talking about a mente. And we'll discuss all this after my zippy intro that I have worked on. That would have been a lot faster with the other program, but I don't have that one working on this computer, so I had to do something different. Anyway, so here we go. Oh, hello, Holly Ingle. Holly Ingle. Okay. Here we go. Ah, there we go. For a while, I was still hearing the music in the background. I don't know why it was doing that. So let me see. Do I like this background better? Maybe I'll save this background for New Year's. Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll go to this one. There we go. I kind of like that one. What do you think? Mm-hmm. Okay. You've been having freaky dreams. Everybody's been having freaky dreams. 911. Woo. Hey, me woman made it in. Well, so this is the ocean. Get your wagons in a circle, pilgrims. Looks like 23 is coming in strong and fast. And it's going to be even wilder than 22. Just so you know. Yeah, basically, what I'm seeing in 23. Here, 22, hold my beer. Okay, so for good and ill. I mean, there's going to be some great things going on and some absolutely freaking weird things going on. We'll talk more about it around New Year at the New Year's show, which I will be having a New Year's show. Another chance to have a party with you, if you're up for it. And absolutely, because I'm not going out. I don't think. I don't think I am anyway. I haven't been invited anywhere yet, and I don't think I'm going anywhere. But anyway, we'll see. So, yeah, glad we are talking dreams. Right. Yeah. Um, yeah, me woman, I understand. A lot of us are having stuff like that. Um, yeah. These dreams go on when I close my eyes. Every second of the night, I live a double life. These dreams that sleep when it's cold outside. Every second I'm awake, the further I'm away. There's something out there I can't resist. Have you had these irresistibly sleepy times when you just can't make it? You're trying to fight, you can't fight it. I certainly have. Oh, and Circle K is like, I can hardly wait for 23. 22. Whoa. Yeah. 23. Yeah, lots going to happen in 23. It's going to be very interesting. Right. Dream wide awake and wonder what the heck I'm thinking. Yeah, and who am I talking to? Have you had that? Who am I talking to? Wait a minute. I'm having a conversation. I'm sitting here completely alone, right? Having some kind of conversation with somebody. Who am I talking to? And I'm getting answers. Who am I talking to? Now I have found out that in some cases, who I am talking to is Sasquatch. Mind-boggling. What? What? They do mind speak. This is mind speak, but not always. There can be mind speak between people. There can be mind speak between you and your guides. There can be, and it's not exactly telepathy because it isn't exactly in words. And I was looking for something to call this phenomena for the longest time. And then somebody in the Sasquatch community, I guess, came up with the term mind speak because it isn't really words that you're getting. It's images, impressions, pictures, and maybe a few words. And all kinds of things all rolled together. But telepathy, as we see it, just kind of falls short. As we think of it, just kind of falls short of really describing what is going on at these times. So, mind speak. That's what I'm going to call it. That's the word I'm using, and I'm a sticking to it, folks. So, are we experiencing mind speak? I sure the heck am. And later on, I find out that yeah, there's validation. Another person who does that ends up getting a similar message. Okay, so you know, I'm not alone here. So, and yeah, and then sometimes that's another weird thing. It made sense a minute ago, and then it doesn't make sense. It's like now it's like, wait a minute. Why was I thinking that? And where was I when I was thinking that? Because a lot of times I see these places. It's like, where was I? I was somewhere. I wasn't here. Where was I? It's weird. It is weird. Some of you going, weird, weird. Yeah, it is. Um uh you were hoping I'd sing it. Thank you so much. Yeah, I love that song. Actually, that was one of my favorite bands. Heart. Yeah. These dreams go on when I close my eyes. Yeah. I don't have to be asleep. But then I also get these, like, and you know what? I have pinned it down. When I'm working on a problem for somebody, when I'm solving something, when somebody calls me and I finally connected the dots, when, why didn't I connect this before? Maybe I suspected it, but now I'm pretty sure. What's happening is people call me with a problem, with a situation, and a lot of times I'll be talking to them and then I'll suddenly feel like I want to go to sleep. Next thing I know, they're telling me the problem is getting solved. What did you do? It's like, hell, I don't know. And I even sometimes have to say, okay, I'm getting called away. I got to stop talking now. I'm getting called away. Why? Because I've decided I'm going to do something about this. And then I find out, yeah, something's being done about this now. So I'm doing stuff. Even though I don't know what I'm doing and I don't know how I'm doing it, I'm doing stuff. And I guess I don't have to know how. So, do I have to know how it's getting done? Do I have to? Not really. I've just released that. I've released trying to figure it out and just accepted it as something that's happening because it comes to a very good effect. And just recently we had another case of that. I am Pam. I'm Pam. No, I'm Pam. No, I'm Pam. No, I'm Pam. No. Pam, did you see my last two shows, either of them? Because I have a surprise. See if I can do this without dislodging everything. Nope, I have to dislodge everything. Up, have to dislodge everything. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Boom, boom. Be right back. You know you make me wanna shit up. Kick my hippie. Wait a minute, what? She changed hats. Kick my heels up and shout. Kick my heels up. Okay. Pam. No. Yes. So, here you go. Found the hat, finally. Found the hat. All wrapped up with the tree. How it happened, who knows? I sure don't. Anyway, packed up with the tree. It's inside the tree. Maybe it just liked it there. I don't know. So Justin is here, and he's from Denmark, my dad's country. Jolly old Denmark. I think Denmark's jollier than England. Probably. The Vikings. It's one of the Viking countries. Right? My ancestors were Vikings. And it's funny, isn't it? Because they have such a reputation of being, so, fighters and yada, yada, yada. And they're some of the most civilized countries now. I mean, they're the countries that are so freaking civilized and clean that they even scrub the sidewalks in half the streets. There is never a stick of trash anywhere, never a crumb, right? They're the cleanest countries in the world, pretty much. So how did that happen? How did this all happen? Well, my theory is the women stayed home. And without the men around, the men were going out raiding, right? And so the women were home, and there was nobody to mess the place up. Well, it seemed to me like every time I'd clean my place, it'd be all great, and then hubby'd come home, and like 15 minutes later, boom! What happened in here? It was like having a passel of kids, right? I don't know how. I don't know how it was that it could happen that fast, but everything completely out of place again and having to be redone. I don't understand it. I don't know how it happened, but it did every single time. And I'd be like, it did look nice until 15 minutes ago. Anyway, so, but that's some of my past. Anyway, yeah, we're talking about these dreams, these really funky dreams that we've been having. Now, here's the thing. There's been some channeling, and it seems to be from a fairly good source. I mean, I've heard this from more than one. We're dreaming, yeah, we are going places in our dreams, and even in our daydreams. That is actually what's happening. We're going places in our daydreams and our dreams. And basically, that's what we do. I mean, we have a tendency to be creatures that do that. And We don't stay in the same place. These bodies stay in the same place. We go all over the place. We leave our bodies here and take off all the freaking time. Do it all the time. We don't even know. We don't believe it? Close your eyes. See yourself in a garden. See a pretty flower in the garden. Now reach out and touch that pretty flower with your hand. Reach out like you're going to touch that flower and point at it with your hand. And then look where your hand is pointing. It's not pointing in your mind. It's pointing to something your body is not seeing. This doesn't mean your mind can't see it. This doesn't mean you can't see it. But your body just can't see it. But your body only sees in, like the intro, very, very small spectrum of what's really going on. Whereas the bigger picture us sees all of this stuff simultaneously that's going on. So, yeah, space trucking, you're right. So basically, what are we seeing? So a lot of people are saying that they are seeing D5, 5D. But some of us, when we just have a regular old dream, we find we go to these places like me. The places I go in my dreams when I'm just dreaming, and not when I'm actually doing stuff, out doing a whole bunch of stuff, the place I'm going kind of had me worried. And, you know, it's like, well, dang, people are getting to go to 5D and I'm going to these places that honestly are falling apart. I'm looking around, it's like I'm looking around the neighborhood and like, you know, part of the neighborhood will be fine. Then you walk over a little bit and the ground gets all rough and torn up and everything starts to look like it's falling apart and decomposing and out of repair and just a mess. And I'm like, what's going on here? It very quickly goes from, you know, and so it just seems like in pieces and parts. And then everything is a strip mall. It's like there's strip malls everywhere. I'm always leaving or going into or coming out of a strip mall uh, a lot of the time, you know, or I'm heading for one or I'm coming back from one. It's like, you know, and then there's all of this land. There's not a lot of cars. In some places, there's like hordes of people, and in other places, it's almost nobody. And the other thing is like in one of them, I was in a bus with some other people, and it was a very modern bus. It was a modern looking bus, like you'd see on any street here. But it's rusted out around the bottom, so much so that there's holes. There's holes in the edges of the floors. Like, man, this thing's a rust bucket. This thing is coming apart, going to come apart one of these days. They better fix this. What in the heck is going on? You know, so I'm not the only one that's been seeing these places. I'm thinking, this ain't 5D. This cannot possibly be 5D. If 5D is better, this place is falling apart. So what's going on? Have you had these? Have you had dreams like this? Well, this is my question. We are now told that, yeah, a lot of us are already in fifth density. I've been feeling us bumping on the edge of it for a long time now, for a while. We've been at the edge of it, and we may not be in the middle of it, but we are definitely at the edge of it. We're definitely in it now, in that frequency, starting to hit that frequency, some of us, not all of us. Now, what if we used to be seeing 5, but now that we're more in 5 than we are in 3, now when we're dreaming, we're looking at 3. Why do I think so? Because the place is freaking falling apart. It's just entirely falling apart, just like we are told 3 is going to do, is doing. What if that's exactly what if we are seeing what's happening to 3 in those kind of dreams? Is that's what's really happening to 3? The other thing to consider is we know that a lot of people are going to be leaving us next year. We've already lost quite a few. We're going to lose a lot more. There's a lot more not going to be here. I keep getting that, and lots of people are seeing that. Okay, but we've got to remember, these people are choosing not to do the 5D thing. They don't want to be in that frequency. Maybe they're staying with 3. If so, there's got to be some way that they separate from our reality. And that may be it. This may be how it happens. Now, I know that I made my choice to come here. This is the best place I've ever been. Things are actually getting better for me. As for the rest of the world, things get worse and worse. Things are getting better for me personally, though, which kind of seems odd unless the reason they're getting better than they were is because I'm leaving 3D. I'm now at the age of 5. Things are much better. It's a frequency thing. Pretty soon, I probably won't even have dreams about 3D anymore. So, matter of fact, I'm not even sure that's 3. That may be 4. 4 used to be our land of the passed on, of death. I am told that is what all the books say. That's what the spiritual wisdom has been, is that D4, density 4, was where our land of death was. Well, everything's falling apart there. Some of it's fine, some of it's falling apart. Could that be 4 even? You know, whatever it is, we're told that 3 is just going to crumble and fall apart. And the place I'm seeing is doing exactly that. So, just everything. Circle K, just everything. I didn't even know you were doing videos on your channel. No, but geez, yeah, I'm going to have to go see now. Yeah, a lot of people said that. A lot of people are saying that. God, you mean next year's going to be crazier? Yes, yeah. That's what I'm seeing. Next year's going to be even crazier. Buckle up, Buttercup. And what was I talking about? You're going to have to rewind because I'm not going to go back through all of that again. I'm sorry, Circle K. I'll try and put it as succinctly as I can. I think some of us are watching the 3D crumble in some of our dreams. I think we're seeing what's happened to the old 3D world. Because some of us are seeing a place that is falling apart. Some of us, when we dream, we're a little bit more, maybe we're a little bit more in 3 than we are 5, because we're heading through 4D. And this is frequency. Once again, it's not a place, it's a frequency. The higher your frequency, the better things get. So for me, things keep getting better. But when I dream, now this doesn't count when I'm out doing things. But when I dream, I go to this place where some of the places are still okay, like they look here, and then other places are falling apart, just like we're told 3D is going to do. Are we dreaming about 3D? Has it flipped for some of us, where it becomes dreamland and just a place, some place in our dreams that's going to even disappear eventually? We'll even stop having dreams about it. So this is what I think's happening. So people who are leaving en masse next year are just people who are not coming, who have chosen not to be in 5D, or maybe even what they call the NPCs. And there's got to be some way for them to not be there. So it's going to look to us like they're passing away. On the other hand, I feel like some people who have passed away in 3 are waiting for us in 5. As we get a little further into 5, I think we're going to bump into some of them again. Because that's what I'm feeling. 5 seems to be, when we get fully into 5, I think that's a jumping off place where we can go anywhere from there. It's already getting easier and easier and faster to manifest things. For those of you who are working on this, you already know this. This is nothing new. Need healing help, all. Back fractures giving hideous pain suddenly. Okay. But I can't leave right now. That's another thing I was saying. It seems like when people ask me for help and I go, okay, and I get this wave of extreme sleepiness that I can't refuse, and the next thing I know, they're telling me that things are better. So I'm going to have to stay put here, but we're going to have to decide. So let's decide she's going to get help. Me woman is going to get help with this. Yes, I feel a split happening to Circle K. And Crystal has been documenting the illness you've been going through. Oh, tired of peeps putting out disinfo. Oh, I heard you talk a little bit about that. However, I do have to say, yeah, I know you were arguing with somebody. You had a back and forth about somebody that about things I don't want to discuss on this channel right now, because I don't want things to get pulled. We'd have to talk in code. I don't want to talk in code. I don't want to talk about it. This is a different thing. Although that's going to play into it. Like I said, a lot of people are leaving, and a lot of them that are leaving are going to be leaving due to what we've been going through for the last couple of years, it looks like. I'm not the only one seeing this. This is a lot of people seeing this. Oh, yeah, there's going to be natural disasters, so-called natural disasters. Are they really? We know that the weather can be manipulated. We know because we can do it. Hey, if we can do it, if I can do it, I know there's others of you. If we can do it, other people can do it too. How do we know that it is truly a natural disaster? We can't prove it. We can call it that, make ourselves feel a little better. You know, it's like, yeah, we should call some of these people, we should call on some of them to prove it. Oh, yeah, prove it's totally natural disaster. How are you going to prove that? Totally natural, huh? There's so many things in this world that are natural that they don't recognize. I mean, it turns out so many things that people see all over the planet, that people experience all over the planet, and they try and say, that's not natural, that's not real. But the things that happen that are natural, what the hell do you know about what is natural? You don't know what is natural. You've been lying to us all this time, lying to yourself too, kidding yourself. I mean, these scientific types have been kidding themselves. They think they know. Now, not all of them. If you're a real scientist, you're inquiring. You have an inquiring mind. You want to find out why things are the way they are. You're not looking for some way to explain your theory is right. You're looking to test your theory to see if it is right, or maybe something else is going on. And if you're not doing that, that's not really science, okay? Because science is about finding out what is really going on with the world, how that really works. That's science. Okay, so don't come to me with those excuses. Yeah, there's a reason it's called the theory of evolution and the Big Bang Theory. It's just a theory, and they're looking very shaky as time goes on. The more time goes on, the less we're going with Big Bang Theory, the more shaky that is. They're already saying, no, that can't be. Because if it was one big bang, then everything would be moving out at an equal speed, and it's not. It's not doing that. So obviously, there's something wrong with the Big Bang Theory. Evolution, too. Oh, we should see a nice, even, slow progression toward, and we don't see that. We don't see it. We see scattered things here and there. We find jumps, leaps, like boom, suddenly here's this without an intermediate stage. It's another theory. We have lots of theories. We shouldn't proceed. Now, we have to have some basis upon which to proceed, but it seems to me like we should not proceed like it's a fact when it's really still only a theory and completely unprovable. You know? So, what makes your theory any better than my theory? Okay, now to me, it's a fact that we're changing our vibration. Why? I've seen so much proof of it for. Yeah, it's all holographic anyway. Right. Yeah, there is a divergence. There is definitely something going on. Yep. And if it's a hologram, if it's a sim, and it's a holofractal universe, then yeah, there's all kinds of things that could be going on. Not only that, but if we're moving, here's another thought. We are seeing more and more of these strange things, and people have to admit we're seeing more Sasquatch activity. We're seeing more flying saucer activity. We're seeing more alien stuff. We're, for lack of a better term, ET stuff. We're seeing more weird stuff in the sky. We're seeing more weird stuff in the sea. We're seeing weird stuff everywhere, popping up all over the place, right? Mandela effects and God knows what all, right? I mean, we're seeing all kinds of weird shit in a word, right? Am I right? All kinds of weird stuff happening, popping up all over. Well, it would be doing that. If we were in a hologram, it would be doing that because we're shifting. This is what it looks like, once again. You don't have to believe me, but it looks like we're shifting operating systems. I'm not the only one who got that. That is just my way of putting it. We're shifting operating systems. We're not going to be operating on the same old system. After this, we're moving to a new system. We're moving to a new, once again, it's a higher frequency. So what's going to happen, it looks to me like, instead of, oh, we wake up and the world is different suddenly all at once. No, just gradually the world just gets different, more and more and more different from the old 3D world we remember, until finally it's absolutely nothing like 3D world. Okay? Every day that we wake up, something else is happening that's more 4 or 5 than it is 3. That's what I think is going on here. And that's going to continue. So, is it going to get weirder and weirder? Yeah, it sure will. On the other hand, if I'm right about this, for those of us who have chosen to go onward and upward, life is actually going to end up getting better as we go along. And for some people, it's going to look worse and worse and worse. For anybody left in 3D who has not chosen not to come to 5D, it's going to look pretty bad. That's what I think is going on here. Now, you could tell me, I'd like to hear what you guys think about this, because you guys also have your own wisdom. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because, yeah, to me, it's just we're creeping up into this new frequency range. By bit, it's going to look different. Just a little different by increments, sometimes by huge increments, though. I mean, suddenly we wake up and suddenly the sky is just full of UFOs, then that's going to be bigger, than, but it's already doing that. I mean, I realized, like, I think it was just last summer, maybe the summer before, I walk out there, and every single time I walk out there, if I take a picture around sunset, I'm probably going to get something, some kind of phenomena. I'm probably going to get some kind of phenomena somewhere. No matter where I aim my camera, I just like intuitively aim my camera somewhere, and there's going to be some kind of, even that picture of the moon that I have with the 2 objects around the moon. And if you haven't seen that, I have that in a thumbnail on one of these. The moon just before the eclipse. It was, I think, 1 or 2 nights before the eclipse. I look up, I think I'm seeing a star near the moon, and I think I'm seeing maybe some clouds under it. When I look really closely at the photo, nope, to both. Those aren't clouds. Clouds wouldn't be going behind the moon, would they? Or would they? No, that looks like an object. And there where I thought a star was, it's not a star. That's a box-looking thing. It looks like some kind of a rectangular box. What the heck is up there? It's not a satellite. It's not Starlink. What the heck is it? That kind of thing. I get that kind of thing all the time now. Lots of people do. That's a 5D thing. What if that is a 5D thing? That's what I say. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? We keep asking. Yeah, we're there. We're just. It's not going to be like, here's, it's going to be gradually. You're seeing more and more of the park. What park was that? Was that Cedar Point? Maybe where you'd see bits of the park before you actually got to the park. As you were driving in towards the parking lot, you'd see bits of the park around you. You'd be going, oh, yeah, we're getting there. This may be what's actually happening. And you're dealing with a headache. Yeah, kind of Michelle Cannon-free, like Westworld, sort of. No, I didn't miss it. I said I was going to send her some healing, that we need to send her some healing. You just weren't here for that, I guess, or something. We need to send me woman some healing. And Circle K, you've got a headache right now. See, we've got two things going on. We've had some big CMEs from the sun, which are pressing on the magnetosphere, which give a lot of people weird symptoms like headaches and sleeplessness and other illnesses of sick stomach, dizziness, vertigo, whatever. Lots of different things people get from that. So you could be experiencing that. And we have also got Mercury retrograde, and then we've got, I believe, 7 planets going retrograde. Yeah, it's going to be weird. You're going to feel weird. I'm not saying don't go to the doctor. If you feel like you need to go to the doctor, you go there. But I'm saying you might find that as things clear up, I mean, this is the first day of Mercury retrograde right now. We've been in the orb of it for at least a week. It looks like it's going to be a strong one. Remember, this is going to last for 3 weeks, approximately 3 weeks. And I hope you can't hear cowboys snoring in the background. Hey, wake up. You're snoring, honey. You sleepy little knucklehead. Well, you got a good view of my floor. Oh, that was fun. Wasn't that fun? Whee! Oh, gosh. Hat hair. Let me see. Yep, he's back there snoring. Snoring his little brains out. Oh, kitty, kitty, kitty. Oh, he's snoring. Well, at least he's not snoring in my ear. Oh, hat hair. Put the hat back on and shut up. Okay. Anyway. Whoa. Yeah, we've also had weather snaps, like, the whiplash weather effect. We got all kinds of stuff going on. But a lot of people were really having trouble during the height of the CMEs, so me included. So that's a real thing. We're going to have all kinds of weird effects, I think, as the as the frequency shifts too, we're going to have effects. So I've had them too, but I don't end up having a disease associated with it. It turns out to be just, it depends on how sensitive you are to the energies. So some things, well, you definitely need to go get checked. But other things, I know myself well enough to know, yeah, I get like this when I'm, like when I'm stressed out, I get irritable bowel. That's one of my things. So if something's stressing me out, I'm going to get that symptom. There's a couple other ones like that. It's just you got to know yourself. Know when to run to the doctor and when not. Yes. Oh, you're pretty dang sure you peeked into other dimensions while wide awake, Circle K. Me too. So anyway, you got to see my carpet up close. There was a pole flip right there. Okay, we don't need a flip now. I just had one. Right? I'm not worried about it. So anyway, that's one of the things I've been thinking about is what I would like to hear some of your dreams. And if anybody wants to come in and talk about something, I'm going to put the link down there so that people can come in and talk. Hello, Sandra. Why is it doing this? Okay, I think I got it now. Hi. Okay, so I'm posting the link. Wow, I have some blemishes on my face. I suppose now I should be self-conscious and cancel my stream entirely because I don't look perfect, except I'm not going to do that. I probably have some rashes because I've been eating a little bit of gluten here and there. I've been sneaking a little gluten here and there. How you doing, Sandra? I'm busy flipping my tab onto the floor, trying to take a look at Mr. Cowboy over there, and why is he snoring? Yeah, the cat is snoring. Okay. So we're coming up on an hour. Yep, we're about 2 minutes past the hour. So, speaking of kitty cats snoring, I'm going to give people a minute to see if they want to take that StreamYard link and come in and talk or not. It's okay either way because I have a couple other things to talk about here. As long as you're happy, I'm happy. Okay, let me run Cowboy's video. It's a little dated, but he's so cute in that video. Here you go, Cowboy fans. Your daily dose of purrness. Sweet, fluffy little white cat belly and purrs. And Cowboy just wanted me to translate this message to you
that he backs the Canadian truckers and everybody who's joining in, which is pretty much everybody. 100%. That's right. Go, truckers, go. That's what Cowboy wants me to tell you. And let's hope the whole wide world joins in. That's right. See? He agrees. There you go. Okay, have a wonderful day. Talk to you later.
I got to get the one in there that's him testing the cat toy. That one's funny. He's such a good little actor. Did you see him? He put his paw down. He put his paw down. He's not going to take any more, right? He's drawing the line in the cat box sand, and that's that. He's going to hold the line. He's so cute. You had a dream. Okay, Sandra Heath. I had a dream that I was going on a trip, but forgot my suitcase. And I was on the phone with my mom and dad, who are both past, telling them. And they said, you can get stuff here. Isn't that interesting? That's very interesting. Your mom and dad are both past. You know what? I see people from the spirit realm in dreams all the time. I see the passed on ones in dreams all the time. That's usually when I see them. And they're just saying, don't worry about bringing it. It's true. Don't worry about bringing anything. You can have everything you need over there. You get everything you need over there. Oh, you don't need anything like computer skills to get on the stream. You just push the stream and you'll be backstage. And then when I push another button, you'll be in it. That's all. There's no skill required, really. Yeah, you really don't need luggage to visit there. Okay, so Circle K says spirit makes us all look weird sometimes. It's a test for other people. I've never found wisdom without passing a test first. I have to agree. That's the way it usually seems to me too. And it kind of tells me what kind of person the other person is. If you can't handle my life, then you can't handle my life. If you can't handle the way things go in my life, well, then I'm going to have to just be careful how I talk to you because you just can't handle it. I mean, not everybody can handle every dang thing, can they? You're lucky, you and me, because we've had a long time to get, we got wise kind of early on, and we've been studying this for a while, and we've kind of gotten used to the weird, wild, and unusual. There are going to be people that are going to be totally flipping out by some of this. Oh, you're not dealing with it right now? Okay, that's fine. Let me see if what the heck? No. I accidentally bumped mine. Okay, and now I have, like I said, I'd like to hear some of your dreams, and we will showcase them. If you have anything to tell us about your dreams, what you think, or somebody else's, let us know, and we'll get it up on the screen so everybody can read it. Yeah. Although you'll notice you can actually visit that realm without staying, or they visit you. I visited the next realm where my parents were before, so, and come back. So I guess some of us can just kind of come and go. hmm But for most folks, yeah, it's a one-way trip and you don't really need luggage. You just go, everything's there already. hmm Okay, so you can keep talking about that and discussing that if you like. I have another thing that I found that is kind of cool. And this is from IdeaPod and an author called Justin Brown. 10 often overlooked signs of exceptional intelligence. So, signs of exceptional intelligence. hmm It isn't all about high grades, though. There are some other things. Okay. Number one, they list you're a lifelong learner. Anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. So says Henry Ford. That's a quote. Intelligence isn't just about what you know, it's also about your ability to learn and adapt. One of the most telling signs of exceptional intelligence is a strong desire to keep learning throughout one's lifetime. This doesn't necessarily mean pursuing advanced degrees or constantly taking classes, but rather a curiosity and eagerness to continue expanding one's knowledge and understanding of the world. Hey, that kind of sounds like you and me, doesn't it? Ooh, I'm feeling better about myself. Number two, you're a great problem solver. Okay. Intelligence isn't just about being able to regurgitate facts and figures. It's also about being able to apply that knowledge in a practical way. And one of the most obvious signs of exceptional intelligence is a knack for solving problems quickly and efficiently. These individuals are able to take a seemingly complex problem and break it down into smaller, more manageable pieces, finding creative and innovative solutions along the way. Well, I think I certainly got my I've got my MacGyver award a time or two. You know what I'm saying? Give me a roll of duct tape and some crazy, well, no, actually, a roll of duct tape and maybe some aluminum foil and maybe a big pin and maybe gotta have the duct tape though. Now I'm sounding more like red green, right? But yeah, as far as problem solving, well, heck, I do that all the time. That's just called life. Mm. You have excellent memory and retention skills. Well, it depends on what about. It says it's a common misconception that intelligence is all about having a vast knowledge base. No. It can also involve the ability to remember and retain information effectively. People with exceptional intelligence tend to have excellent memory and retention skills, allowing them to quickly recall and use information they've learned in the past. Well, while I can't say that I remember everything all the time, I seem to be able to remember things when I need to know it, which I think is probably the important part. Here's another one. You're good at making connections and seeing patterns. Here in the paranormal realm, we call this connecting the dots, right? We call it connecting the dots. And or following breadcrumbs, or diving to the bottom of the rabbit hole, right? Taking a deep dive to the bottom of the rabbit hole. Whatever you call it, you're making connections. You're seeing that thing over there that's going on and this thing over here. Wow, it kind of looks like that's connected. Nobody's telling you this. As a matter of fact, a lot of times they'll be trying to hide that. But then later on, we find out, oh, yeah, it was connected. All right. Right? Most of you are already doing that. Yes, intelligence is not the same as wisdom. Intelligence, it says, isn't just about understanding individual pieces of information, but also about being able to see how those pieces fit together and form a bigger picture. People with exceptional intelligence excel at making connections and spotting patterns, allowing them to see the bigger picture and understand the complex systems and concepts. Well, what do truthers do? Isn't that what they do? Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Life continuously. Oh, wait. Here's another one. Okay, 5 is you're highly adaptable and flexible. Life continuously shoots arrows at you, they say, to survive. You need to be flexible and on the move because rigid and fixed targets are the easiest targets, says Mehmet Murat Ilden. I don't know who that is, but it sounds true to me. Intelligence isn't just about being able to solve problems. It's also about being able to adapt and adjust to new situations and environments. People with exceptional intelligence tend to be highly adaptable and flexible and able to quickly adjust their approach and thinking as needed. And geez, like, you mean the time when I was watching somebody's show and suddenly realized that what I was talking to in the woods must have been Sasquatch? Yeah. You gotta kind of be flexible to be able to grasp that, I'd say. That's my take. And I'm sure you have experienced similar situations like that. So, here we go. You hate Windows 10, yeah. Some of the smartest people are dumbasses, and some people who can't spell are wise as hell. Smart doesn't necessarily mean you can even spell. I've known some very smart people who can't. Their ideas are very good. I mean, their thinking is not a problem. They're just not good at spelling sometimes. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like the two don't necessarily equate. I mean, it certainly helps you communicate if you can spell when you're typing, but it's not the only thing. Some people manage to communicate their ideas anyway. So here's another one. You have excellent communication skills. Here we go. We speak not only to tell other people what we think, but to tell ourselves what we think. Speech is a part of thought. Oliver Sacks is the quote. Now, the article goes on to say intelligence isn't just about what is going on in your own head. It's also about being able to effectively communicate your thoughts and ideas to others. People with exceptional intelligence tend to have excellent communication skills, able to clearly and effectively articulate their thoughts and ideas. And some people do it without knowing how to spell very well at all, right? Some people know how to communicate without even words. 7, you have a strong sense of curiosity and a desire to know more. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existence. One cannot help but be in awe when he contemplates the mysteries of eternity, of life, of the marvelous structure of reality. It is enough if one tries merely to comprehend a little of the mystery each day. Albert Einstein. Okay. Intelligence isn't just about what you know, it's also about your desire to continue learning and expand your knowledge. People with exceptional intelligence tend to be highly curious and eager to learn more about the world around them. Mm. A lot of us really fit that. I mean, I'm looking for information. A lot of us are like that. Information all the time, right? We want to know more about this and more about that. And, what about this and what about that? We're constantly taking in information, and I have cowboy hairs up my nose, in case you're wondering. He's shedding again. Ah, this little guy, I love him, but he's here, there, and everywhere. I find your hair there and everywhere. I find your hair turning my black clothes to white. You're already turning my days into nights. I guess it's all right as long as I know you care. It's a song about cowboy, of course, how he leaves his hair everywhere. I find little bits of cowboy everywhere I go. I find him all over my clothing. Our pets do that. They just want to be with us everywhere we go. They want us to just remember them every minute. It's like I got a little piece of my dog and a little piece of my cat. A little piece, right here to remind me I have a cat. I have a cat hair up my nose just to remind me I've got a kitty. He just wants to be everywhere, including up my nose. Anyway, oh, yeah, yeah. Kitties kind of get everywhere, don't they? Especially their fur, their hair gets everywhere. I find him everywhere, but when he's around, I know that I don't have a care. He purrs me to sleep, and then I don't really mind his hair. Everywhere. I just make up words as I go. But I love this little cat, and so it's like he's getting hair all over everything. All of my clothes got little bits of cowboy hair, and anybody who's got a cat or any pet that sheds knows that it doesn't taste right unless there's a cat hair in it. Somehow it just don't taste the same without a cat hair here and there. It's part of the recipe, I guess. You're really careful putting all those ingredients, washing them all off and everything. You get them on your plate and you sit down, and somehow there's a hair, a little fluffy white hair. But you know it ain't going to kill you. So if it was going to kill you, you would have been dead a long time ago. So, okay, so number 8. You have excellent critical thinking skills. And you know what? In my opinion, people need more of this. Really, a lot of people are losing their critical thinking skills. You need them. Really, a lot of times schools don't give you the critical thinking skills thing. They give you the memory thing. They want you to regurgitate facts that they give you, or what they call facts. Information they give you, they want you to just be able to regurgitate it back to them. They're not really interested in you thinking it through. This is a problem. In order to figure things out, you really need to have some critical thinking skills, or you're just going to fall for everything. And we have a quote here. Be a critical thinker too sometimes. Look into your heart and give yourself permission to ask your mind and question the teachings that don't resonate with the wisdom of your soul. Angie Karan. Then it continues. Intelligence isn't just about being able to recall facts. It's also about being able to analyze and evaluate information in a logical and critical way. People with exceptional intelligence tend to have excellent critical thinking skills, able to carefully analyze and evaluate information and arguments. Well, there's another thing we do all the time here in this community. We're always looking at things this way, that way, and the other way, and analyzing it and evaluating it. Mm-hmm. That looks photoshopped. Mm-hmm. Oh, what are they trying to do to us now? What kind of experiment are they experimenting on us with now? That kind of thing. Yeah, we have a lot of that, don't we? Mm-hmm. Number 9. Number 9 is you're able to think outside the box. Well, I know that as a human, it's good to think outside the box. However, if you're a kitty cat, I'm just saying, your owner's going to be, or the human that you own, is going to be much happier. It's going to be much easier for them if you think inside the box. So for cats, it's a little different. Kitty cats, you need to think more in the box, okay? It would be very nice if you thought inside the box. And then humans, they need to think outside the box, okay? Well, humans shouldn't even probably have a box. And there we go. My little bit of wisdom. But anyway, the quote is, when you take away the dreams that were created for you by your family, society, and the media, the dreams that you've been told to chase, what dreams are left? And what are you willing to do to manifest those dreams? Ruda Lande. So thinking outside the box for humans. Yep, we do a lot of that too, don't we? Intelligence isn't just about following the rules and sticking to the status quo. It's also about being able to think creatively and come up with innovative solutions. Like the way I was jury rigging this show for, over a year. Just everything's so freaking jury rigged, and I had to work around so many things, but I still put the freaking show on. Yeah, I think I'm doing that. I think most of you do this every single day. You have to think outside the box. I could sit around and talk to myself about and convince myself that I just can't do stuff. But what you really need to do is, instead of saying, I just can't do that, you have to ask yourself, now, let's see, is there a way I could do that? Maybe there's a way I could do that. Maybe I could do it. You know, something you want to do. That happens quite a bit to me. I have to get around some problem, but this problem solving really does us a lot of good. I mean, I've learned a lot of things having to get around the problems and thinking outside the box. And I know this happens to you too. Yep, adapt and overcome. I know, Circle K. I understand you. I get you. I love you too, even if you pass out. Heaven knows I've done it often enough on other people's programs. Intelligence isn't just about following the rules and sticking to the status quo. It's also about being able to think creatively and come up with innovative solutions. People with exceptional intelligence tend to be able to think outside the box and come up with unique and original ideas. They're not afraid to challenge the conventional wisdom and think creatively to solve problems. Learn more about embracing the ability to think outside the box in Rushalandi's new online course here. No, we're not going to give her your. We're not going to promote that for you. I'm sorry. You're going to have to pay us to promote your course. So, number 10, you have excellent emotional intelligence. Highly sensitive people are too often perceived as weaklings or damaged goods. To feel intensely is not a symptom of weakness. It is the trademark of the truly alive and compassionate. Yes, I would agree with that. It is not the empath who is broken. Wow, is it speaking to most of us? It's not the empath who is broken. It is society that has become dysfunctional and emotionally disabled. Let that sink in, huh? Hey, Project Skyfalls. There's no shame in expressing your authentic feelings. Oops. Mm. Whoop. Lost it for a minute there. Don't worry, I'll sneak back up on it again. Here we go. There's no shame in expressing your authentic feelings. Those who are at times described as being a hot mess or having too many issues are the very fabric of what keeps the dream alive for a more caring and humane world. So never be ashamed to let your tears shine a light in the world. Anton St. Martin. Okay. Well, frankly, I agree to a point. Intelligence isn't just about being smart, it's also about being able to understand and manage your own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. I'd have to agree. It's the ability to, realize that somebody is freaking out and just, how do you handle that? Now, me being a performer, I dealt with a lot of people who were drunk or freaking high on something and had to learn to deal with that. If you're a bartender, if you work at a late night window somewhere, whatever you're doing that you have to deal with people a lot, wow, do you learn this? right? Being emotionally in charge, right? You have to be, or you're going to end up in a lot of trouble. I mean, this is true. Yep. Um, People with exceptional intelligence have a high level of emotional intelligence, able to accurately read and understand the emotions of those around them, and effectively manage. Quit doing that, you silly phone. Actually, it's the site. Understand the emotions of those around them and effectively manage their own emotions in social situations. In conclusion, intelligence is a complex and multifaceted quality that involves much more than just grades and job titles. These 10 often overlooked signs of exceptional intelligence should give you a good idea of what to look for in identifying truly intelligent individuals. Whether you're looking to hire someone for a high level position or simply trying to surround yourself with intelligent people, these signs should be helpful in identifying the truly brilliant individuals in your midst. You know, from the sound of this, I'd have to say that most of you people on my show here, most of you people in my chat room, whether you know it or not, you fall into this category. You are exceptionally intelligent. If you didn't know that before, pat yourself on the back. Good morning to you, Marilena. Marilena. Oh, Marilena. La 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 la. Hello. Hello, Marilena. How are you? Over in Africa. Yeah. Um, hey, I heard about the explosion over in Africa. How is everybody? Yes, my dear sister. I heard about this terrible explosion. I hope you're okay and your kin. Mhm. And if you do have something to say about it, here's the link. Oh, that wasn't near you. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, I'm glad. Northern South Africa. At least it wasn't in southern North Africa. Oh, those weird things. Northern region of South. Okay, good. I'm glad. Sounded horrific, though. A tanker exploding under a bridge. That's like pretty bad. Said it sounded like a bomb. That was no good at all. And a lot of people passed, I hear. So, a lot of stuff's going to happen like that. Like I said, a lot of people are leaving this next year. But the way we got to look at it is they're they're just not choosing to move into the new frequency. So, something has to happen to separate them from our reality. Um, so they're going to be in their reality and we're going to be in ours. And who's to say what theirs is going to look like? Driver lost his GPS. Uh, yeah, the NPCs, they call them, Marilena. we were just talking about that. I think that really, when I look at this massive amount of people that are going to be leaving us next year, a great number of them is going to be NPCs, what they call NPCs, or people who have not chosen the new vibration, the upgraded vibration. And we were talking about how some of our dreams might be like we're seeing some very strange dreams. We're all having strange dreams. Yeah. So, yeah, that's actually a very old idea. I guess it was brought up by sages thousands of years ago that not everybody is really ensouled. Uh, some of us are and some of us aren't. And that's not to say they're not important. It's just to say they're not quite the same kind of consciousness. So they're just not the same kind of consciousness. They're kind of like some of the bodies are just running programs. They're not really got a player attached to them. They're just going almost like an instinct. And especially if you can't change their program, the ones who can't change their program, they're just, no matter what you say, this is their program and that's it. And you can't do anything about it. And it is kind of separating people because if you think about it, there are things that are so blatant now. How can people not see this? You sit there and you go, how can you not see this? Well, they can't because they're just running a program. That's all they're doing. They're just running their little program. And that's what they're supposed to be doing. It's what they were made for. Yeah, yesterday I slept. Today, I couldn't hardly get anything done today at all. Yeah, some people are just not here to evolve. They're here to be, in some beliefs, they call them background people. They're pretty much here for background, to provide a background, a backdrop. Yeah, they're here for plot exposition or, um, just to further the story and not really. And yeah, and I've run into them too. They cannot really learn a new program. You can't do it. So there's nothing to do about it. It's just the way it is. And some say they're going to go for recycling. They're going to get recycled. All of the players are going to get all of the actual people who are ensouling these avatars are going somewhere. Okay. So because you can't kill a soul. So you can kill the avatar, but you can't kill the soul. But as many people are finding, some of us, although you can hurt us, make us sick, some of us you can't kill the Abby so easy. Abby is very hard to kill. Very hard to keep it down. Mm-hmm. So I've had so many times, and I know that there's been other people saying the same thing. Every kind of way has come up that I could die. I should have been dead 1,000 different times. Everything from deadly creatures, deadly insects, deadly venom, poison, accidents, yada, 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 yada. I could have been dead 1,000 times. Been so sick, other people would have died, but I didn't. Right? Some people would have died. There are people who would get a brown. I know a guy was telling me his wife got bit by, like me getting bit by a brown recluse. There was a guy telling me that they're from Ohio too, because they try to tell you that there aren't any brown recluse in Ohio, in the northern part. They can get north if they come in some with somebody, and they also have a northern cousin called a hobo spider. So either way, though, it's poison. It's the same venom, and so either way, it eats a big hole in you. So this woman went to the hospital and went into a coma over it and was never the same. And I didn't go to the hospital. Of course, I didn't realize what it was at first. And then later on, I just didn't have the time to go to the hospital because I'm weird that way. I hardly ever go to the ER. It's just a waste of time for me most of the time, unless I broke something or need to be stitched. I've never been stitched. I've actually had things that probably should have been stitched, like this, the tip of this finger. My mother nearly cut off with a cat food can lid. Uh, Probably should have had that stitched, but didn't really have the option to do that the way things were, and so I just wrapped some duct tape around it. I clean it with hydrogen peroxide and wrap duct tape around it, and I still have my fingertip. Told you I don't travel without duct tape. But there's been a million different ways things should have happened, didn't happen. Not to me. Not the way it does to other people. So that isn't gonna, yeah, sending you much love too. Ah, yes, we'll chat later. Absolutely. So basically, here we go. We're not background people, and one of the ways you know is that you've been through all kinds of hell and you're still around. You can see things that these people can't see. They never will see it. They can't see it. There's no way. They just can't do it. Some people just don't have a minute to be able to see that. So you're different. And this is not to make anybody more or less, but the truth is some people are not here for the same reasons you are. So anyway, this is something for you to be proud of. You think differently than most people. That's a good thing. But eventually, if you think about it, if this is correct, and mostly background people are leaving, then pretty soon we're going to be the majority. And then will the world change? Think about that. How would the world change if people like us were actually the majority? What if we were the status quo? What would that look like? Many of us have seen that after this time, after this very tumultuous time, there's going to be way better times than we've ever seen for a long, long time on this planet. And I think this is why. What's going to happen is a lot of people Now, there's others who are going to pass away who are going to be on the other side helping us, and that's already happening. We're finding them being guides and we're finding them being helpers on the other side. They're doing their bit to help us accomplish this changeover. I find this all the time. So it isn't just NPCs dying, this is different people. So we have to just, I guess, trust that this is happening for a reason. It's going to take a lot of wisdom to get through the next few years. But I think on the other side, we find a very different and actually much better world. But Gemini brought up something. Gemini has not been able to be here too often because either she's got a client or she's passed out asleep from being tired from having clients all day. So she always sees it the next day. But she mentioned that well, she's just noticed that she's got a teacher on the other side that she knew in life. And now she's reviewing his videos and realizing that he was talking about now. And if you look at a lot of things that we've had from the past, people from the past, and you realize they were talking about now. They were actually talking about these days. At the time, maybe it seemed so bizarre, but now we're looking at it and we're going, wow, that was actually quite prophetic. Well, I know that's happened to me. Geez, I caught sight at the time. We're almost 2 hours. And I hate to say it, um, I am kind of feeling that pull. So I won't be on very much longer. I guess we have people who need me. I guess I need to go out and do some work very soon. I can feel it. I'm going to have to get off. I'm going to probably be knocked out for a little while. But like I said in the beginning of the show, I'm very happy to be of service because actually I've had people tell me, if I hadn't found you, I wouldn't be alive. So I'm glad to be able to do it, even though it takes up quite a bit of my life. These bouts of just feeling to where I have to lie down and go into that other world and whatever it is I'm doing. It usually happens right after somebody says, I need this, I need that. And I say, okay, I'll see if I can help. Then I get this pulling for the other realm. And then when I wake up, I'm usually finding that, yeah, things have been handled. Things are getting handled. This is how we know we're really doing something. We're not just sleeping. Takes up really a lot of my time, though. It's really most of my days are doing this kind of thing now. And I don't even get to remember most of it. But it has to be done. Somebody has to do it. So if you're needing some help, I guess you just contact me. However, you do that. You can do that. And together we'll come up with some kind of solution. Seems to be part of what I'm here for. Okay. Yep, it's going. Okay. I better say my good nights then, right? Yeah. I'm already halfway somewhere else. I'm beginning to see, yeah. Some of you have mentioned that. Yeah, I'm beginning to see another place already around me, kind of. Uh-oh. Okay, let me see. The truth is where you find it. I hope you're finding some on my show. If you would please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment later on. That would all help our algorithm ranking and all that, and help people find my channel, because I don't think we've found quite everybody yet that needs to find this channel. If you want to be a guest, please let me know at oceandiana@gmail.com. And if I vanish right in front of your eyes, you know why. Oh, geez, this is weird. This feels so weird. This is going to be a really weird one. Okay, remember you're divine. If there's one thing that I can impress upon you, is we are divine creators. We do create this reality, both collectively and individually, both for ourselves and others. We don't all dwell in the same world. Not quite. We have our own filters that we see the world through. And when I say create, dream well, and create wisely, you really are changing things with the way you think. The more you improve yourself, if you're changing yourself for the better, you are changing the world for the better. So never think you're making an insignificant contribution. Everybody that changes themselves for the better is changing the world for the better. Don't underestimate yourself and your importance in the scheme of things. And be sure to tell people that you love them, because a lot of them are going to be leaving. And we've discussed a little bit as to why that's going to be happening. You'll feel better if you say it while they're still around. So with that, I'm going to leave you for now. Our next broadcast will be Sunday, and we'll be celebrating and getting ready for New Year. And we might do some New Year's readings. We might have a party. We may have some discussions. I'm not sure what we're doing for New Year's yet, but hopefully something fun. Okay, New Year's Day, Sunday. I believe that's New Year's Day, right? Okay, we're here Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday at 10 o'clock until whenever. Usually about 2 hours, sometimes up to 4. Although we've had some marathons, 5 and 6. I'm going to try to not do that. But yeah, we've had some marathons. We just got into such a darn good discussion that it went on. So there we go. I'm over and out, you guys, until Sunday, and I'll see you in other chats. I love you. Take care of yourself. Stay well. And know that you really do make a difference in this world. Until next time. Ah, it's not letting me hit the right button. There you go. Night.